In this video, we're going to catch up with what's been going on with the euro and the pound over the last week and the levels to watch if you're trading it in the days ahead. Hello, I'm David Jones from Capital.com. This is our weekly look at two popular foreign exchange pairs, euro US dollar, pound US dollar. For the first half of last week, we did see something of a recovery for the pound, but it ended the week last Friday actually below the previous Friday's lows. So it was a really negative finish. So it's going to be an interesting market to watch this week. For the euro, once again, this whole 118 to 118.50 area has proved to be a real problem. The big event for this week, though, is Friday, non-farm payrolls. So 1:30 UK time. It's the monthly release of the US unemployment figures. Expectations are for around 188,000 jobs to have been added in the US economy during September. So there are some obvious levels to watch for both the euro and the pound. So let's take a look at those charts. Here's our pound US dollar daily chart. So we've broken out of this trend that had been in place since May. We've got this recovery going on that's been going now for, 6 weeks. Pushed as high as 133. Under a bit of pressure last week, but still broadly up. Looking at the daily, look at the indicators. We went overbought here on the RSI, third week of September. The MACD down here did hook over and give a sell signal the middle of last week. So it's a market that could unwind a bit more. But looking on the downside, I think the big level to watch on the dailies, 129. It's around about where this trend line is coming in. It's the lows also from early September. So at the time of recording, the market's trading around about 130.40. So it could squeeze a bit lower, but plenty of support just below here. So even though we might see some short-term weakness, the expectation still is for a move back up to have a look at 133. Let's take a quick look at the short-term chart. So here's this recovery from about the 15th of August. So we're 6 weeks into that. You can see at the end of last week, on Friday of last week, it did slip below the low of the previous Friday, 130.50. So it has started this week under a little bit of pressure. So maybe we'll go back to the 130 level. But after that, look at these old lows from back here. Sort of 129.50 from the 11th of September. Bigger support, really big support coming in from 128.70 through to 129. So in the short term, it could be under some pressure. But I think the important one to watch is that daily chart and that recovery that we do still have ongoing. So medium term, as I say, expecting for it to turn higher and a run back to 133. With our euro dollar daily chart, it has done exactly what you'd expect over the last couple of weeks. We have these old highs we've been watching for a while, 118 to 118.50. These were set really from May through to June. Then again, later on in June, we had a go at 118 in July. And again, it's failed. So 118 to 118.50 has been a real barrier for euro US dollar. Last week, we did see the MACD start to turn lower. The RSI is below 50%. It's not overbought or oversold. So the market has sold off as expected. But what's interesting, I think, for this week, maybe we'll get a squeeze back to have another look at these levels. We've got these old lows left ahead of 115. So I think that's the zone to watch. Let's flip this over to an hourly chart. Here we go. This lets us see these levels, I think, a bit clearer. You can see the rally that was happening the third week of August. The market would pause on the way, 114.90, would rally a bit, come back 115.25, and again, look how important this level was during September. So at the moment, we're about, 90 points above 115. There's the scope for the market to squeeze a little bit lower, but let's watch it. Watch if it does trade down to the low 115s. Do we see strength coming back in, and are we going to have another look at those 118 highs? Let's just flip it back to the daily, because of course we need a plan if 115 breaks. If this old support breaks, then the risk is we're going to have a trip back to those lows, those 113 lows from mid-August. But at the moment, maybe a bit of a squeeze lower from here, but the expectation is we could well see a bounce ahead of this old support. So both markets arguably still under a bit of pressure going into this week, but I think there are some big levels to watch out for a potential reversal. And as I say, Friday is the big one. You can see the charts that I've used. We've put the links in the descriptions below, so if you click on those, it'll take you through and you'll see what's happening in real time at the moment. But as usual, we'll start wrapping things up there. If you have any questions or a different view, just leave us a message in those comments down below. If you like the video, click on the thumbs up. It does help us get these out to a wider audience and means we can carry on producing all the different ones during the week. And if you're not subscribed, if you click on subscribe and click the alarm bell notification, you get automatically notified every time we upload a new video. So we look at different markets like cryptos, indices during the week, and also trading strategies. We're putting up some simple trading strategies in the last few days, so make sure you take a look at those. And finally, to find out more about Capital.com, if you click on the logo that should have appeared there, it'll take you direct to our website. But for this week, from me, David Jones and Capital.com, we'll leave it there, and I hope you have a good trading week.